Hello and welcome to the WeighPay group. Today in this video we're going to show you how our mobile application made for Android or Samsung phones and tablets works for the bottled beverage industry in California. This is a very specific video for California bottled beverage recyclers known as CRV, which is a program administered by CALRECYCLE in California. What you're looking at on the screen is the Android tablet. And you can see on this side of the screen you have your products, and you see that we can organize these products however you like. We have it aluminum cans, glass, number 1, number 2, plastic, and so forth. We're going to go ahead and back up one step, and we're just going to show you that we have a cash drawer feature, and right now we have $414 in our cash drawer. Now we could add at any point if we wanted to add cash to this. We could take cash for maybe petty cash reasons, if we need to get fuel, propane, lunch, or what have you. And of course you can connect this to a cash drawer, in which case you can eject that when you need to add or take cash. You can also buy in by the count. So if you want to count your money in, count your money out every day, you can do that. So we've already got a cash drawer open, so we're just going to go back here. We're going to go to tickets, and we're going to open up an existing ticket. Now you're going to notice here you can start a new ticket. You can look at tickets that are active, or you can look at tickets that have already been completed. So if we go look at that, you're going to see that we've got one ticket that I've started it, and these two I have completed and paid these tickets. So again, let's go back to tickets. Let's go to continue. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and use my touch screen and just kind of show you what your operators would be doing. If we're buying aluminum cans, if we're putting in 5.6 pounds, and we have a 3.3 pound tear, we're going to confirm that price. If I was doing the same for glass, maybe 45.6 pounds, maybe it's at an 8.2 pound container, and then there's my glass. You can see you can just simply quickly build a ticket. Number 1, we're going to put in 22.6, and we're going to do another 8.2 pound bucket, and so you can build your screen. So if this was all the product that the customer had brought you, you can hit the supplier button. You can then type in, if you're typing in a name, and then you can type in a last name. Now this is for CalRecycle state audit, because this has both the $100 rule and the 100-pound rule per day. So all of the CalRecycle compliance is built into our application, and we are simply going to print and finish. This would print a receipt, and then we could pay the customer the balance, and we're ready to start another ticket. So let's do that again. Aluminum cans. We're going to do 23.3 pounds. We're going to do 8.2 pound bucket, and you're going to build it like this. If this all the customer brought you, I'm going to pay it this time without adding a customer. So you can see that it will prompt you to say we need a first name and a last name. Now here you could use either a customer file, or you could just type in the customer's first and last name, and then it'll check that database to make sure they haven't brought more than 100 pounds in a single ticket. So you can see the creating of tickets is super fast and simple. If you're doing a large count, you'll notice there's a button over here to the right called one each. If I do that, now I can do a count. If the customer has 2 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these, maybe they have another one. And so you can see here how simply you can count them super fast. And you can say, okay, I'm done counting your containers by the individual. And then I can add a ticket. You'll notice that they're now on the ticket. We've added these buttons just in case you said, oh, there was another number 1 plastic container and there was another small one. So you can add or minus right from the screen itself. And of course, by hitting the one each button, you can go back, make any adjustments. You can also do any shrinkage. So in reference to shrinkage, let's go ahead and pay this out, and we're just going to use a different name, and we're going to go to Tom Jones, and then we will print, return, print, pay. And so creating a ticket literally just takes seconds. So from here, if we were going to buy aluminum cans, and we were going to buy, let's say, 36.5 pounds, and let's say they were in an 8.2 pound bucket. Now we have these adjustments that you can do. You can either pay them a bonus if you want to increase the price, or you can do a deduction if these were very wet containers. Happens a lot of times on PET and happens in cans. So we can go to deductions, and you can see here how we can do a price reduction, and you can see that we reduce the price, not the weight. We reduced the price per CalRecycle's requirements. So I can close that out. And again, we can go back here. We can add the customer first name, last name, and we can print and we can pay. So that's how easy it is to run a CRV ticket on the front end of the system. Let's go ahead and log into the back office where the manager can see their business operating from anywhere in the world on any internet device. Okay, we've pulled up the WeighPayOnline.com, so it's a website that you can run from any device. When we first log in, you can see that we have a dashboard telling us that we've done $318 of payouts today. You can see the number of tickets that we've done and the number of purchases that we've done. So we can go down here and you can see the actual plastic counts, small counts, large counts, and glass. So you can see the total dollar amounts and the total payout. Let's take a look a little bit at some of our reports. So if I go to reporting, and I can go here and I can run a daily report. This daily report is going to give us a nice summary from a group perspective. How many cans? This would be total segregated count plus in the segregated weight combined. And then you can see here the individual products that you've purchased, what the weights were, what the counts were, what the ticket count was, what the total was, and then your total spend for the day. We're going to go down and look at this next section, which is what we call the DR6 section. The DR6 section we had 15 smaller than 24 ounce count totals, and that converted to a total weight of 1.8 pounds because we had 3 that were large, 15 that were small. These were bought by the each, and we've converted those to the 1.8 pounds that came in, and you can see the total dollar amount that came in for those. That is used on your DR6 report when you report to your processor and or your Doris machine. We can also go here and see at the end of the day our totals, our total purchases, our total payout in cash, and any other of the details that you might see there. And you can see we've had total number of customers were 5 because the same customer came twice. So even though there were 6 tickets, there was 5 customers, if that makes sense. So we go back to the home page, and again you can see all this. Now we do have some specialized reporting for CalRecycle, and so you can see here we've got DR6 reports, DR14 reports. We get into some summary and detail reports that tell us how we're buying and how we're purchasing, and we're also dealing with CRV cutoff reports. So let's go do a cutoff report back in our mobile application, and then we'll come back here and take a look at that report. Okay, back in our mobile application on our Android device, we can go to the home button, and we're going to do some reports over in the Android device. So let's assume that one of our containers is full, such as our can container or our PET container. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose what are we doing the cutoff. Let's do a can cutoff. This is going to tell us that our last report was done on 2/2 of 2023. So that's February. We've done one at 4:04. The report was from ticket 1105 to 1107. So we know there was 2 tickets involved, or 1105, 6, and 7. So 3 tickets involved between this date range. So what we're going to do though is we can either reprint the last report if we needed to. We can preview it on the screen if we need to, or we're going to go ahead and create a brand new cutoff. So in this brand new cutoff, we can select who it is that we're shipping this to. Who's our PR? We can choose our PR by clicking that. And then it says, do you want to ship by the last exact weight? This is for larger yards that might weigh all of their containers or bales before they ship. This is for the smaller ones, or you could just do cutoffs by the ticket number as well. So this cutoff, we're going to do all in inventory. We're shipping everything we bought. We're going to do all in inventory. So this tells us exactly what our DR6, our bill of lading. This was our date range for what product. This was our segregated weight. This was our count weight. This is our total weight. This is our redemption weight. And this is our total refund that we should be expecting from our processor for the product that we bought. So that's pretty simple. You can hit the print button over to the right. So usually the mobile device or your buyer is the one that would cut these off when the truck arrives or when the container is full and you're going to start filling up a new container full of your product. And so that is called a DR6 report. So let's go ahead and head back to our back office where we can then see that as a manager or as an owner. Okay, we've navigated back to our WeighPayOnline.com, our website, which could be managed from any mobile device or any internet connected device. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is our DR6 summary report. We're going to go ahead and slide down to aluminum cans, and we're going to select the location. Now keep in mind this is multi-location. So we have some customers that have 20 to 30 CRV locations that manage their entire business from a single internet login. They can log in, view all their information from all their locations, including cash drawer activities. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Run Report button, and you're going to see here, there's our cutoff, there's our weights, there's our refund values. So that way you get a good idea of what is in that report. We're going to go back to State Reports, and you can see we can do a detailed pickup report. This will show us all the different pickups that we've done. Now we can change this date range if we need to. We can go back to January, go to January 1st, and let's see if we can pick up. So we've had 2 since the beginning of January this year to July. You can see we've done 2 pickup reports. These are the cutoffs. This is the shipments that were sent to your processor. So the system does go a little bit deeper than that. Should you need it to go deeper, we can go over into our shipping reports. And I don't have my shipping report set up in this right now, so we can take a look at that at a later time. But we do have the ability to both invoice and receive money against those reports as well. So the system has its own inventory solution, so owners can look by location what their on-hand inventory is at any time for any kind of a on-hand physical count. Should they want to make their operators do a physical count, then it should match the available units that are on hand. And you can see if there was any deductions due to bonuses and price, that you're tracking an average price system with average price reporting. So that's some more detail. We could ship directly out of the back office. You don't have to ship out of the front end. And so if you're a manager that maybe wants to own that, you can go to shipment and you can say, okay, we're going to ship this to our processor. We're going to add some product to this, and we're going to go down to this. Actually, we were going to do glass, I believe. So you can see here's my last cutoff with my last information. This is my total available units. And then from here, I could either ship all of those units, or I could ship up to a certain ticket number, and I could make a note. And so you can say, well, we're only going to cut off 200 pounds in this one, and then I could ship that product. And then you'll notice it's going to create a bill of lading or a shipping report. And in this shipping report, you can see the date range. You can see the segregated weights and counts and refund values on this DR6. So whether you do it through the tablet or whether you do it in the back office, you have a link directly to Doris from here. Looks like I have the wrong link for that. That's okay. And then you can go back, look at all your tickets that you've done. You can reprint a ticket at any time, look at the inventory. You can see the dollar amount. You can see who the customer was. So if you're looking for any oddities or any audit trails, you can see that. And then at the bottom of our tickets, you're going to see how many times was the ticket opened, when it was started, and when it was closed, the time, the date between these two. You can see this ticket took less than a minute to complete. And you can see that it had 5% price shrinkage for water. And so all of that is available to you in the online back office. So whether you're controlling your products, whether you're setting your prices, so if the price is changed twice a year, you can go in here and change that price. We also track the scrap price. If you're in a highly competitive area, you might pay for, let's say, #1 segregated weight, whatever the state value is. You could always add a nickel or add a dime to that if you're in a very competitive area and you need to pay a scrap value over the top of the redemption value. So that's just quite a bit of a benefit in how we've separated the CRV value from the scrap value. So this is how you would edit a price, and then you could update that price in the back office system. So I hope you've enjoyed this video about California CRV from CalRecycle. WeighPay. So advanced, it's simple.